Good morning, everyone. Jonathan J. Reinhardt here from War Gaming Recon, coming at you with another pandemic coffee break. Today is Thursday, May 28, 2020, and I am lucky enough to be able to work. And just like when I'm working at work, and whereas I'm working from home now, I get a coffee break. So I'm spending my coffee break with you. I'm continuing, as I said I would, my Mary Lou's Funky Vanabla from yesterday. Had it in the fridge, nice and delicious and cool. Mm. I hope you have your favorite beverage with you. And I want to remind all of you that whether you're watching live or after the fact, it doesn't matter because you can, of course, get these and all our videos on our Working Recon Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel as well. And whenever you watch them, drop a comment. We'd love to know that you're watching, what you're thinking. And even if you're not watching live, I know these are done live, right? But even if you're not watching live, that doesn't mean you have to miss out on the fun. You can still watch afterwards, leave comments as you're watching, interact with what is happening here on the coffee break. And then we see those and I see them, and then we interact with them afterwards. So it is a nice way for us to kind of interact with all of you. So I want to welcome everyone who's here, and I want to start off with. I was going to start off with some big news, but I want to wait till maybe some more people show up first. I want to lead in to this cool thing that you can do that forces you. Well, it doesn't force you, but it helps you to be accountable for timing things. And you might think, well, why does that matter? Especially now, because like you can have a timer everywhere. You can have a timer on your phone or your stopwatch or whatever. The reason is, as many of us are working from home or are homeschooling our kids and doing other things and just have our lives are so messed up. There's other words I would use, but even though this is more casual and not as family friendly, but still family friendly, I don't want to run afoul of Facebook and YouTube censors. But his life is all a big CF, as they would say in the military. It's hard to keep track of things. It's hard to know how long you're spending on a work project, how long you've been sitting at a computer, how long you've been outside, how long you've been doing anything, right? And it's nice to kind of keep accountable to that. So there's a cool free thing you can do online. I'm actually going to go ahead and share it with all of you here. And it's called a tomato timer. So this is really neat in that it is a simple timer. So what you can do is you can see here, it has all sorts of descriptions for what you want to do. You can also set custom times and have audio tones and things like that as well. And you can get desktop notifications, which is pretty neat. Now, why would you use this, right? So it has Pomodoro, a type of tomato, which is 25 minutes, a short break for 5, and long break for 10. Now, this is really handy. Let's say you are sitting at your computer, you're sitting down at a desk, you're doing a task, whatever it is, and you're there for a while. There's been studies that show that basically for optimal physical well-being, you need to do it's like a 30-30-30 break. So that like every 30 seconds, you should just kind of look away from your screen and look around and see what's going on. Like every hour, you're supposed to like get up and walk around for a little bit, and so forth. And every like X number of hours, you're supposed to stretch and do things. So this can tell you how long of a break you should take, or you do the inverse where you're going to say, okay, I'm going to work on something for 25 minutes. And it'll run. And then when it's done, you say, okay, I'm going to be done. You could say, I'm going to take a 10-minute break to build some models from whatever you're doing. Maybe you're doing a project at home. Maybe it's not work. Maybe you're furloughed. I don't know. And so you take this 10-minute break and it forces you so you can say, okay, this is what I have. And then you literally or mentally get up and you go and you do something else. You break away. So it's nice to kind of be able to separate from what's happening and what you're doing so that you can then go and do something else and then come back. So that way you can have that accountability, as I've been saying. This is really nice because it's free, it's web based, and it has settings that you can do. So you can auto start on stuff, you can choose your sounds, and you can change the times in minutes. How long do you consider a long break or a short break? Or Pomodoro because it's a tomato, because that's just funny. So there's a bit of humor. You have an FAQ here that answers all sorts of questions about what it is, and it gives you more information right here too. It'll open up in another web page if you go to it, but about the Pomodoro technique. So it helps you to be more productive, which is really nice. And this is super easy to use and something that I would recommend. It's also helpful if you're going to be doing a task. So, like for example, at work, you don't need to see the screen anymore right now. Um, for example, at work, I'm going to be moving into a new workspace. I'm sharing. So, because of the pandemic, let's close this. No, because of the pandemic, at work, we're not allowed to have our desks too close to one another. And I work in this big workroom. I say big, but there's really there's 4 of us in it. There's room for a few more, and, uh, we have our the cubicles, but, like, the one I have, it's a low level, so I don't feel like I'm closed in, like, in a cubicle. I have a window that looks out into a hallway, that then looks out. It's all open to the windows of the outside of the building, so I can see it, so I don't feel closed in or anything. But I'm too close to my coworker, and so, because of all the pandemic, I need to move to another office. So I'm still doing my job and all this stuff, but I'm going to move into this other office where we do preservation of materials, glue books, and all that kind of stuff. And there's only one person who works in there. So it's a person I'm friends with and get along, and I'm going to be sharing the space with them. But for this move, I got to move all my stuff. So like I'm getting a desk in there. I'm getting all this stuff, my computer's coming, all my supplies and equipment, everything. So I need to think about what do I need? How's it going to work out? And I could spend hours and hours Englishing over it. And I probably wouldn't be as productive. I wouldn't be as thoughtful about it. But with this tomato timer, I can say, okay, I'm going to take a Pomodoro amount of time. I'm going to take 25 minutes and just be really mindful about what it is. Or let's say with yesterday's example, you want to buy some stuff from Bacchus. You're going to take a 10-minute break to really focus on what you need and what you want to order. Or maybe with upcoming Gettysburg Kickstarter from Things in the Basement, you're going to spend 5 minutes to be like, okay, let me go look at the pictures that they've done and be really mindful about this. What scale do you need? And things like that. So I think it's really helpful to kind of have this kind of stuff. Now, that said, I think it's useful, but it's not going to be for everyone. It is web-based, which is handy because it's cross-platform, but it's not like it's an app that you can then get on your phone and just use on that. So depending on how often you're going to be like, let's open up the browser on my phone and go do. You're going to be tethered somewhere. So even though my laptop, I don't know why I'm lifting up because you can't really see. Well, here you go. Even though my laptop here is super portable, oh, look there, you can see my webcam. You're not actually like I'm not gonna be walking around and doing this, so it does have some things there. So anyway, there's that. Let's head on over to the bigger news that I wanted to share, which I'm really excited about. And this is a screen share moment here. I have gone ahead. Oh, and that's why you don't. I just learned something new. Get to that in a minute. We have expanded our merch offerings. So, in the past, we've only had T-shirts, and I did it very informally. And then we opened up the storefront, which it's great because you can just buy stuff yourself. No one's done it yet, so I'm looking forward to someone doing it and trying it. And when we did it, we started off with the men's black T-shirt or unisex, whatever gender you so identify with, and then the woman's black T-shirt. And we had white at one point and gray, but it had the gray, I think it was, but they didn't sell as well. Most people want black, is really what it is. If you want white, get in touch with me. We'll work it out. So we can still do things the old-fashioned way. But then we just added this one I'm really excited about. It's a nice men's black polo. This is here. Let's get nice and tight in here so you can really see. So this is good for sizes small to 5XL. Most stuff has had to get that big, but it has the logo heat transferred onto it, which is really cool. This is how um, our old t-shirts were with the old logo. They were heat transfer. This is a 50/50 cotton polyester blend, so it's really nice. And I also went through and updated the whole online shopping experience to say where we ship to, because for a while it was only the US, and now I've brought it out. So we're shipping to the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Norway for everything, and some products we can ship to Australia. Australia does not allow us to ship some things to them for whatever reason. They are not allowing us to ship polo shirts are these anyway, so I don't quite know why. These are $30, no matter what size you are, and you can get a nice polo, very comfortable, very soft. And then also just added a duffel bag too, which I'm really excited about. So this is able to fit 30 liters worth of stuff. You might think, why is Jonathan talking about liquid measurements? That's how they do it for bags. So you can fit a bleep ton of stuff in it. It's black. The Wargaming Recon logo's on it. And it has a nice adjustable shoulder strap on the right, or you can carry it by the handles. And it's cotton canvas, and you can just fit all sorts of stuff in it. So it's a big open cavern in the middle, really. And you can throw all your books in. You can throw in your dice, your measuring tapes. You can throw in paint and painting supplies, whatever you need. Great if you're going out for the day gaming, if you have a bunch of stuff, or going for like a weekend gaming trip or convention. Toss it all in there. And then there's an inner plastic pocket area that with the zipper. And then you can put things in there like, I don't know, stuff from your wallet. Or if you, so like Adrian has one of those thin wallets now. He doesn't carry like a thick wallet like this, like I have, and I paid mine down. So all the rage is like those really thin wallets that are more like money clips, I guess. So you could put like that in there. You could put like any of the stuff in that you need. This is only $20, and this ships to the U.S., Netherlands, Norway, and United Kingdom. And so we have this in here. And I want to say that for I know that's not all the countries in the world, of course, and I know that's also not even all the countries where there are those of you who like the show. So if any of you are in other countries, Canada, trying to think where else people really like watching the show. Italy, Ireland, from any of those, get in touch with us and we'll try to work out pricing for shipping and see how it goes and see what we can do to get more standardized shipping for these things for you. And we are also planning to add stickers, because there's been a call for stickers. So used to have stickers way back in the day, and I used to just hand them out, but people want stickers. So gonna offer those up. And I want to say that I think I can find it here. Some of the best stickers I've ever found that anyone's ever done are, let me see if I can pull it up here, is from the Wargaming Company. And I want to see if they have it as a product. Oh, they do. So here, let's see if I can share this with you. It's one of my favorite stickers that they have. Here we go. So it's the Nappy the Penguin sticker, which I think is great. It's their logo. It's a around 4-inch sticker. They charge $1 for, or they tend to throw it in if you buy enough stuff from them. And so this is a thing we'll do. And I'm going to try to get the pricing as cheap as possible, because I think like people like stickers, right? But I think this is something that shouldn't cost much. And see if we can do that. And shipping would be like next to nothing. I mean, it costs something, but like really minimal for it. And we probably would just throw it in with orders of things that you get. And if you were to see me at an event or convention, I probably will have some with me at some point that I might maybe hand out. So things like that. So just some cool merch coming up. And if you're interested in getting any of the merch, like I said, new merch is available online at our storefront, wargamingrecon.com. Sorry, wargamingrecon.bigcartel.com. So you can go and order merch there if you would like. And I also want to kind of move on and say I want to talk a little bit more about mental health. today. So I've alluded to that the pandemic's not being great for people. I know things are opening up, and that has its own anxiety issues with it as well. Um, I've been open with my own mental health journey with clinical depression and anxiety, and I've mentioned about going back to work on Monday. I'm really, really, really anxious about it. I don't want to go back. I love working from home. I love being here. I love not seeing people unless I want to see them and interacting in this safe way. Uh, but also, I guess I'm afraid, right? And I know that might be illogical, uh, but things have changed and drastically so. And fear of the unknown is common for people. And I know this is an issue with other people as well. And it's hard, right? Because you may not realize it. And even if you do, you might not want to share it with people, which is okay. But someone who is sharing how they're feeling is Annie Norman from Bad Squirtle Games. So I want to show you her Twitter feed. So she has this Twitter feed right here, which has a variety of things on it. And I love her Twitter feed. So if you're not on Twitter, it's actually a reason to go check Twitter. She's very upbeat. She's open. She's honest. She's a true delight. And she's authentic. She does not hide any of the things that she's experiencing or feeling. I had received an email from her because I had reached out saying that I wanted to follow up to see about whether she still wanted to come on the show or not. And that I don't normally wouldn't bug someone about such a thing, but that since I'm going back to work, I'm going to have a more limited availability than I would normally have right now. Because what I can do now working from home is my hours, I work my normal hours and of course my number of hours, but if something comes up, if I have an appointment, or if I'm doing a recording, or if this goes long, I can then just add hours in till later in the day to make up stuff. I can't really do that when you're at work, right? So Annie had reached out and just had said that like life is hard basically right now, which I appreciate her honesty for, and that she wants to come on, but at a later point. And so she's open about what she's experiencing. So like right here is a tweet where it turns out she was turned down for a business grant based on a technicality. Excuse me. She's in the UK. She's near Nottingham-ish, Nottinghamshire-ish. And I'm sure she really needed that grant. And that must have hurt for many levels. She's been open with other stuff here. So for example, she's talking about coining a term, tramxiety, about having anxiety about being on uh, you know, mass transport, public transport. There's fun stuff here that she retweets, so it's not all like, you know, sadness. But I really do appreciate that she's open about stuff. So she had offered some the other day about how she was feeling, and I'm trying to find some of the stuff that she was doing. But she tweets a lot, and it's nice to see someone who's experiencing stuff. Now, I don't know if any of you have mental health issues of your own, and I'm not asking you don't have to volunteer. That is private information. But I will share that one thing that I've learned is that it can be helpful when you're going through a tough time to know that someone else is going through something similar and that you're not alone. So it kind of helps to normalize it, helps you to feel a little less isolated, maybe helps me to feel that way. So reading Annie's tweets might be helpful to you. They've been really helpful to me. Or even if it's someone else, it doesn't have to be her tweets. It can be anything, right? So that's just something to kind of be mindful of. And I want to stress that it's really important to try to be kinder to everyone now, right? So I've been spending a lot of time reaching out to people. And I actually formed a pact with a good friend of mine. He and I have both admitted to the other about how difficult it is for us to take time for ourselves. And we talked about how neither one of us games, right? And that it's really hard. And he's gone in some gaming, but not a whole lot. And how it's been basically years since I've gamed, if you don't count conventions. And so we made a pact with each other that we're going to be give positive reinforcement, but also hold each other accountable and responsible, and encourage one another to take time for ourselves, to socialize, to game, and to do self-care, which is a phrase I hate because it's so new agey and it makes me cringe. But it's one that people understand. And so that might be something as simple as having a phone call with someone. It might be a case of going and playing a game somewhere, doing it online or whatever. And so like I'm finding like that is helpful. And maybe that's something that you want to do. Maybe you need a buddy who will help to encourage you to do stuff. So if you're in a rut and you have a bunch of, I don't know, MDF kits that you need to build, find a buddy, someone who is into building MDF kits and painting them and stuff, someone who can encourage you and who you can encourage. So you kind of have that accountability there that goes, and you have the two-way street, so that it's like when you, this is going to be a terrible example because I'm not one to go to the gym, but it's like when you go to the gym, right? If you go to the gym, you have a gym buddy or a trainer. And if you're doing, I don't know, free weights or whatever you do at the gym, because clearly you look at me, I don't go to a gym. But if you go to a gym, you have someone who encourages you when you're getting ready to say, oh, I'm quitting, I can't do it anymore, I give up. They help you find the inner strength that you have inside you didn't know you had to continue. And so that's what my good friend and I are doing for one another. And that's what I think you and a buddy can do for each other. So a lot of people are getting a lot of stuff done right now, right? Accomplishing projects they've never done before, building armies, painting stuff, making terrain. But there's also a lot of people who are feeling the weight of the world and who aren't able to do any of this. It's not that they're physically unable, but like emotionally, mentally, they can't. So having a buddy to help them do this could be a good thing. And maybe you can be that buddy. Maybe you're going through this, and that's okay. Know that you can always reach out to us here at Wargaming Recon. I and the team, we want to support all of you and do what we can. And we try to do it in a personal way, and sometimes we have to do it in a larger scope. But reach out, really. We're available. Jonathan at wargamingrecon.com. You can email me anytime, day or night, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Comment and post on the Wargaming Recon Facebook group. Let me put a link to that. It's a wonderful group of people that's very, very supportive and helpful to one another. We don't criticize. We don't make fun of one another. Not mean-spiritedly, anyway. We do it if we know each other, and that's how we show affection. And it's probably hard for men to show affection to one another and to be like, yeah, I'm a friend with someone. Like as you're a kid, right? When you're a boy, you're like, oh, I have friends and whatever. But when you grow up, like, I don't know that men really refer to other men as friends, to say that they have a relationship with them, because that sounds different, I guess, in a heteronormative society, where it's weird. But like, I have friends who are men and really good friends, and I'm really close to them, and I'm value these relationships, and it's important to have, for us to have and to support one another, not in like a we hate non-men kind of way, but just like that we have value too, and to be there for one another. So I think it's an important thing. So the Facebook group is a place you can go. It's a safe space. Everyone is welcome. And you're there. Of course, you can email me. You can message me, message us on the Wargaming Recon Facebook page. I'll drop a link there to that as well. You can leave comments on any of the videos on YouTube, on Facebook. You can do that, and you can tweet at me to your heart's content. Let me go ahead and put mine here. So if you want to direct message me or tweet at me, you can do that. You can Instagram me. You can Snapchat me. If you don't have any of my stuff on that, reach out. I'll give it to you. And other people who are here on the team, part of the Wargaming Recon family, we all want to help. We're all there for you. And we know that when times are tough for us, you guys have, and ladies, you've all been there for us. And we know you'll be there too, because we're all part of a community and we support one another. And that's what this is about. So on that note, I think we're going to draw to a close. I want to remind you, because I don't do this often. I feel like a used car salesman. New merch at wargamingrecon.com/ I keep on telling you to go to somewhere else. At wargamingrecon.bigcartel.com. I'll just show you it again. So you can see what your options are here. So we have the new stuff. Duffel bag is 20. You can get black polo for men, sizes small to 5XL. That's 30. Our traditional standard, just classic black t-shirt, unisex men, or those who identify as male, sizes small to 3XL. That's 15. That ships anywhere in the world that we ship to currently. And then for ladies, we also have it another nice short sleeve one, sizes small to 2XL. That's 19. So you can get some cool merch if you are so into that. And otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow with another pandemic coffee break. Please remember, just try to be kind to others and to yourself too. That's the one I have a hard time with. I'm not so good about being kind to myself. I will do anything to help out anyone else, but making time for myself is really difficult. It's hard for me to value myself in that way, whereas I can value all of you very easily. And maybe that's a common thing for people, right? I don't know, but that might be the case. And also, remember, don't trust Karen on Facebook. She lies. Simple. Don't listen to her. She lies. So listen to the experts, doctors, scientists, medical professionals, any expert, any professional. Listen to them. They know what they're talking about, not Karen on Facebook. So we will be back tomorrow at 10:30, I believe, our standard time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then a reminder, new schedule begins next week, Tuesdays through Fridays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are dropping the Mondays because I will be physically at work on Mondays, as much as I don't want to be there. But that is life. So thank you so much for your support. And as always, you can reach out to me. And then remember, no matter how busy you are, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how much you're thinking, I can't wait to use that tomato timer. Never heard of that before. You know that you need to, you have to keep on gaming. Thanks, everyone. Be well.